A prison cell to a walking strategy machine. That's wild. Wow.
Nah, you're overreacting. That's just common sense.
Dude, that's a plot twist nobody saw coming. You two used to tear the city apart, and now you can actually talk.
So Catwoman turned enemies into drinking buddies?
Or like made me realize Batman wasn't the problem. We were just two men fighting shadows. Now there's respect.
Welcome back to Bigfoot Flicks. Today's guest broke Batman's back and still finds time for leg day. The man, the myth, the mask, Bane. Tell me, man, that mask, does it help you breathe or is it just for the drama?
It is both. The mask feeds me strength and fear. Without it, I am merely a man.
Dude, last time I saw you, you were lifting a tank and arguing about protein powder.
And you stole my banana shake when I turned my back.
Dude, hey, you left it unattended. Come on, jungle rules, dude.
Then perhaps I should return to the jungle for vengeance, man, and better fruit.
The jungle. Hot, loud, and full of mosquitoes. You in a hammock, me fighting wild boars.
Yeah, and you still complained about the bananas not being organic.
It was molded by protein, not spoiled fruit.
Man, we should go back one day. You bring the mask, I'll bring the coconuts.
All right, dude, you know, people always talk about how strong you are, but not many talk about where you came from.
It's Peñaduro Prison, Santa Prisca. I was born there. Just walls and chaise.
Dude, you grew up in a prison? So that's what shaped you and gave you a reason to live. I learned to fight before I learned to sleep. In that place, you either get stronger, or disappear.
And you didn't just survive, you owned it, dude.
Yeah. Pain was my first teacher.
Yeah.
But it made me who I am. I also heard something crazy about your past. You're not in prison for what you did, but for what your father did?
My father was a revolutionary. He ran. I was just a kid. But someone had to pay, so they gave me his life sentence.
Oh, dude, that's messed up. You were born into punishment. My heart stopped for a moment, hearing directly from you.
Relax, my friend. I grew up behind bars before I ever touched the outside world. I didn't choose the sentence.
Well, and now you're out here breaking backs and sipping shakes. That's a hell of a turnaround, dude.
Pain builds discipline, and discipline builds power. That's my story.
I also heard your mom didn't make it. You lost her when you were just a kid, right? I was too young to even understand what death was. One day she was there, the next it was just cold walls. And after that, you had to face those inmates alone.
They were cruel. No mercy. I learned fast. If I didn't fight, I'd be nothing. So I fought every day.
Dude, that's rough. I was busy chasing bananas while you were fighting for your life.
I didn't get to be a kid. I became a soldier before I knew what peace felt like.
Dude, you didn't just get strong. You got smart, too. No school, no teacher, just you.
Well, I ref every book I could find. Trained my mind like I trained my body.
A prison cell to a walking strategy machine. That's wild. Wow.
Nah, you're overreacting. That's just common sense.
And then there's that venom stuff. The super juice everyone whispers about. They called it an experiment. They strapped me down, pumped that thing into my veins, and waited for me to die.
Most people didn't make it, huh? I mean, they put that stuff in you knowing it could kill you. That's not a test. That's a death trap.
I watched them fall one by one,
Yeah.
but I refused. The pain burned through everything, and then it felt like fire turned into power. So that's how you got that monster strength.
Venom gave me power,
Yeah.
but surviving it made me something more. I wasn't just strong. I was unstoppable.
Man, you didn't just take the juice. You owned it.
Exactly. Venom didn't create me. Instead, I made Venom mine.
So after all that, the venom didn't just keep you alive. It turned you into a tank.
Yeah, it gave me strength, speed, and endurance. So my body became a weapon.
I've seen you toss grown men like bananas. That stuff's no joke. If Batman weren't masked, he'd be terrified too, dude.
When venom flows, I can crush walls, outrun soldiers, and fight for hours.
Dude, you sound scary now. I do push-ups. You're out here breaking buildings.
Well, that's because venom gives me power. But control? That is all me.
And it's not just muscle. You've got that brain too. People forget that part.
Well, yeah, I remember everything I read, every fight, every move. I don't just hit hard, but I plan harder.
Eidetic memory, right? Like a walking library with a temper. That must be 1 in 100,000, dude.
So I study my enemies, find the cracks, then break them. Strength wins battles. Strategy wins wars. Man, no wonder Batman had trouble with you.
He had his gadgets and money. I had my mind and strength. And here's the crazy part. Even without that venom, you're still built like a tank. Is that correct, dude?
Maybe, because I trained for years before the drug. My body was already a weapon. Venom just made it louder.
Dude, I skipped leg day once and I feel it. You skip venom and you still bench a truck.
Exactly. I don't rely on venom. I am the strength. The drug just amplifies it.
So basically, even without the juice, you can still break bones like twigs. It's like venom just doubles it, isn't it?
Yeah. Discipline, brother. That's the real power. Venom can give strength, but it fades. Discipline stays.
Dude, and then there's the way you fight. It's not just swinging fists. You actually know what you're doing.
I had no choice. In prison, every day was a fight. I learned to read people's movements, break their rhythm, crush their openings.
So it's brain and brawn working together. You're not just throwing punches and hoping they land, dude. You're reading your opponent like a book.
Exactly. Anyone can punch. I strike to end it, fast and clean.
Yeah, dude, I've seen you drop a squad like dominoes. It's scary, but kind of beautiful.
That's the art in violence. Anyone can be strong, but strength without direction is noise. Every punch, every move has a purpose.
Yeah, dude, I've seen you drop a squad like dominoes. It's scary, but kind of beautiful.
Well, that's the art in violence. Anyone can be strong, but strength without direction is noise.
Dude, do you actually open Arkham and let all those lunatics loose? That was cold, man.
Yes, I guess. I released them. Not chaos for chaos's sake.
All right, dude, so what was the plan then? Is something serious going on, or are you just retiring?
So my plan was exhaustion. Batman fights every night. He never stops, so I wanted him tired.
So you wore him down. You didn't just fight him. You made him tired of fighting.
Well, exactly. He is a symbol. I wanted to test the symbol, to show the city what happens when its guardian is hollowed out.
But people got hurt. Months of recatching criminals? That's brutal on the city.
I knew the cost. I calculated it. Pain forces change. Fear can be used as a scalpel.
Dude, using fear like a tool. That's cold genius.
Genius with consequences. I accept them. The goal was to break the cycle, to make them see.
And after months of chasing criminals, Batman finally goes home. But you were already waiting, weren't you?
He was exhausted. His body is slower. His mind is heavy. That's when I struck.
Dude, you didn't just beat him. You broke him.
I lifted him and snapped his back over my knee. He represented order. I wanted to break that symbol.
Man, that moment shook the whole city. You didn't just fight Batman. You made the bat bleed.
I didn't want a quick fight. I wanted a statement. Power meeting weakness. A king brought down.
All right, dude, I've got to admit it. You are the best.
Yeah.
But do you ever think about that night?
Yeah.
The one where you broke him?
That was a long time ago. Back then, all I saw was power and control. I wanted to prove I was the strongest. But things change.
Dude, what happened? Batman and Bane as buddies wasn't on my bingo card. Selina Kyle happened. She made me see something I never thought about. Not everything has to be war. Not every rival has to stay an enemy.
Well, it's not friendship like you and me, but enough to talk without blood.
So Catwoman turned enemies into drinking buddies?
Or like made me realize Batman wasn't the problem. We were just two men fighting shadows. Now there's respect.
Well, that's wild, dude. From breaking his back to grabbing coffee.
Yeah, life changes, even for monsters like me.
Dude, that's a plot twist nobody saw coming. You two used to tear the city apart, and now you can actually talk.
Well, yeah. Time has a way of softening the sharp edges. I still respect his strength, and he respects mine.
All right, so what now, dude? You and the Bat just nod at each other like old rivals at a bar?
Something like that. No more war, just understanding. Strange, huh?
Well, all right, guys, that's my best friend Bane spilling it all. Now we know the truth. By the way, thanks for coming, dude. It's an honor.
Well, the honor's mine, brother. Not every day I get to talk instead of breaking bones.
Dude, yeah, and I'm glad my spine survived this one.
Consider it a peaceful day. Just a good talk with an old friend. I don't get many days like this.
All right, folks, you heard it straight from the man himself, the legend, the mask, my best friend Bane. This is Bigfoot Flick signing off. Stay loud, stay weird, and don't skip leg day.